What's up, everybody? Coach Frost here. Today, I got to sit down with Coach Coach Haack, the new Memorial High School football coach. He's got a winning attitude and a winning plan. Get excited, everybody. Here's Coach Haack. Okay, fighting out of the red corner. Memorial High School's Coach Coach Haack, currently undefeated.
Currently undefeated.
0-0
and ready to roll, you know.
I guess you had the red and white game, though, this year, didn't you?
Yes, sir. So got there kind of late to mid to late of the second semester and kind of just try to hit the ground running and get to know these kids. Hopefully these kids get to know me, start instilling the culture. Try to let them know, like, hey, it's a new ball game. And not to diminish what they've done in the past and all the relevance and everything and the glory that Coach Koch and all the stuff that he brought to Memorial. But I mean, with new people comes new things, and it's getting these kids to understand that. And we pushed off season probably a little bit later than normal. But it's because like there was just such a need to get stronger and bigger and faster and understand that, hey, we're grinding every day. And then once we finally got to the football stuff, it was more so, hey, this is our base offense. This is our base defense. This is how we practice. Not necessarily are we installing all the offense, installing all the defense. No, but if we can play base and be comfortable in base, then everything else is built off of that. And so it's getting that mentality of, hey, we're grinding. And then obviously when you go to the spring game, it's more so, hey, can we just keep everybody healthy? Hey, let's get to this game. It's a dog and pony show, and let's have fun. But, hey, let's be healthy. Let's get ready for the summer. And then obviously the fall is going to be here before we know it.
A friend of mine was telling me you did a really good job of bringing in, was it a 7-on-7? Like middle school or elementary school group or something from at halftime or something like that?
So I had this little idea, like, because I mean, I understand how big the community is. And from the outside, I mean, I know I grew up in Katy, played at Katy, and has kind of a lot of that same feel. But on the outside, you didn't know how close-knit this community really is.
Right.
And then now when I got here in mid to late February, I learned very fast that Memorial is a very tight-knit community.
It's almost like a small town.
Oh, absolutely. And people's parents went here, parents went here, parents went here. So there's a lot of love for Memorial. And then I got in touch with the SBMSA people and how big of a community that is and how much they love and work for the youth sports. And I kind of love that because when I grew up in Katy, we had Katy Youth Football or Katy Youth Basketball, and it was a massive organization. So it's kind of similar. But it's great that we have that here for our kids. And so it was just one of those things that also just generate excitement. Get these future Mustangs wanting to be Mustangs. Not wanting to go to Episcopal or St. John's or wherever it is, or even that green school across the street, right? like we want them to be Mustangs, to be fired up about it. So I got in touch with them. I knew that they were starting to ramp up their 7-on-7 season. So I was like, what a better way to get in front of the crowd, get in front of the parents, get in front of our high school kids, our coaches, and go have fun. And we're trying to grow the game. And like we kind of mentioned a little bit before we got on, like there's a lot of concerns about the game going on right now. And I think the more excitement and stuff that we can bring to it and safety aspect of it, like we'll just continue to grow, and we got to get these young kids fired up for it.
Dude, how cool would that be? So what age group were they? Were they like 7th grade?
So we had sixth and 7th graders.
6th and 7th graders playing in front of the varsity kids and the big crowd.
We had the band out there, the cheerleaders out there.
Oh, that's cool.
Had them going separate sides, and I mean, it was a testament to those coaches also that got those kids out there, got them prepared. I mean, they had it rolling just like that. And then it's kind of a cool deal. I got everybody up in the middle, had our kids kind of talk to them, and then had one of our kids break it down with all of them, like integrated, had a little high five line. So, because I mean, we all can remember as little kids, like when you see those varsity football kids, I mean, you look up to them. And that's some of the things that I preach to our kids all the time. Like, there are kids looking up to you.
Yeah.
Like you may not think it. You may just be walking in HEB and not even think about it. But like those kids know who you are.
Yeah.
And they want to, I want them to be able to look at you and be like, man, that's who I want to be one day. Like I want to be a Memorial Mustang.
That's awesome, dude. Okay. So 2 things you mentioned, you know, kids going to other schools, and I always thought Memorial and Austin Westlake were kind of a comparable demographic of folks. And when looking at that, I mean, that Austin Westlake has been for generations just a super powerhouse. And talking with my friends that played there have always told me there was a similar community vibe where they were little kids. You know, they knew they were running plays that the same language. If they said 34 blast, everybody knew what that was from, you know, elementary all the way up to the high school level. And if you're a professional athlete that lives in Westlake, you send your kids to Westlake. If you're a professional athlete that lives in Memorial, you might send your kids to Kincaid or, you know, one of these other schools as well. So I really love that approach that you're talking about, getting kids fired up to come here. Was that how it was for you and Kate? Did you go to Katy High School?
Yeah.
And Johnson, was he the coach there then?
So Johnson was there before. Like, I mean, my dad actually was the head softball coach and then helped out with football for over 20 years at Katy.
Oh, cool.
And so I was a ball boy, obviously, on the sideline through some of the Johnson era, and then obviously played for Gary Joseph, who's still there now. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of this stuff that we're trying to set up and model is a lot of that same stuff. Because I can remember as a 6th grader when it was truly my first year playing football, like we were running pro 45 wham, like you're saying. And we had like 3 or 4 plays that we ran, a couple runs, couple passes, and that was it. And then we got to 7th grade football, added a little bit more onto that. Went to 8th grade football, added a little bit more on top of that. And then I'll never forget, like and being removed, I never coached there. So like I was only the player side of it. So I never saw the big picture of it. But as I'm a coach, I kind of go over there and just go to a strength conditioning day, and it's like day 2 or 3. And like, I mean, they obviously have 2,000 kids out there. I mean, it was just a ton of kids, and they're in huddles, offense, defense, like 4 deep and running plays on day 2. And I'm like, oh, like this is y'all's varsity JV session. And one of the coaches was like, no, this is our freshman group.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'd have a hard time thinking our varsity group right now could go do what they're doing, much less our freshman group who we're still trying to get them out here and understand. And this was at the place I was at the time. But I was like, man, like that's what we got to get to, that they come to us and they already have an understanding, a base knowledge of what we're doing offense and defensively.
Yeah.
And that's part of what we're trying to get established, and these coaches for SBMSA are kind of doing right now. Mm-hmm. Like they're getting those kids after the district football season and getting the kids from Memorial Middle and maybe Spring Branch Middle and calling them the Mustangs, and they play a little extra football games. Mm-hmm. And they're running our offense, they're running our defense. And there's about 3 or 4 practices in spring ball. We had those coaches come and watch practice.
Oh, cool.
And then myself and our 2 coordinators met with those coaches after practice to kind of install, hey, here's what we call this formation. Here's what we call this run. Here's what we call this defense. Here's this, whatever it is, technique. And I mean, they were sitting there taking notes, asking questions, asking this. And it's all to get those kids prepared for when they do get to us, that, hey, we can go out there on day 1 and line up and boom, we're able to go. And that's kind of what we're trying to get to.
So you're training these kids 5 years before they even get to high school.
Yeah. And, and I mean, that gets to that Austin Westlake feel, the Highland Park, those people, Vandergrift this past season, obviously, like you got to, for lack of a better term, stick your teeth in them early, right? Like they need to know who Coach Haack is, not when they're 9th graders, or not even when they're 7th graders, when we're able to get down to the junior highs. Like they need to, like, hey, that's Coach Haack. Hey, that's Coach Jackson. That's Coach Davis. Like, and then obviously when they get to the junior highs and we see them a whole lot more, then hey, we're truly building that relationship. But it's doing the legwork on the front end of, hey, here's what we're doing. Here's who we're about. This is our philosophy. And then let's go from there.
That sounds super
Then
smart.
winning cures all, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Katy, the Westlake, the Highland Park, Vandergriffs, all of that. Like, it wasn't built in a day, right? Like they always say, Rome's not built in a day, but they started putting that footwork and those trails out there, and that's what became success, right?
Yeah.
Like they didn't just wake up one day and here's state championships. No, they had to go do the junior highs and all that stuff. And then, hey, now that starts to build everything, right? Because, I mean, our old Coach Randall that I came from, he always said a saying like, what you believe, you become. Mm-hmm. And if we can start getting that belief as fifth graders or whatever on up that, hey, one, it's a winning mentality. Two, we're going to respect everybody that we come in contact with. Yeah. And then three, like this is what we do here at Memorial High School. Yeah. I mean, now they're going fifth grade success, sixth grade success, seventh grade. And now they get to us as ninth graders. So that's all they've known is to win, to show up, to be on time, to do all these little things that now just makes our job just a little bit easier. Yeah, that's cool. And now we just can go now focus and put the main thing as the main thing. And that's winning football games and growing these young kids.
Yeah. That is super sharp. So what opportunities do you see with SBMSA? Is it just keep doing what you're doing, or do you have little camps with those guys, or how does that work?
So the good thing is that they have a unbelievable organizational structure as it is. Yeah. And so the good thing about it is even as a district as a whole, not just necessarily Memorial, but we work hand in hand with a lot of things. So like we'll go to show up to some of their 7-on-7s or their little kid camps, and then they do a great job of like when like just say Memorial or Stratford or anybody has a little kid camp, like they put it out on their social medias as well to drive those kids to come, to be at our camps, to be around our coaches. And so, like I said, it's developing that relationship even earlier on. So to have an organization like SBMSA is huge for the growth of not just Memorial High School, but in Spring Branch as a whole.
Yeah, that's fair. And then the middle schools too, do you just start visiting with the middle school coaches and see if you can get them doing the same playbook, or?
Yeah, so the junior highs change a little bit in the sense that none of us really have direct feeders, like where we have 100% of one junior high. Yeah. So what's been great is Coach Hershey, our athletic director, and we still got to go meet and talk about it, but like Memorial Middle might run our offense and Stratford's defense.
Oh, that's fair.
And then like Spring Branch might run our defense, but whoever's offense. No, we get more Spring Branch middle school kids than them going other places. Sure. But they'll start running one of our schemes. And Spring Branch may do a little bit more of both, whereas Memorial Middle will be a true split of.
Yeah, because half those kids
do go to Stratford. So whether we deem that they're going to run our offense or our defense, they'll run Stratford's whatever. So at least they have a base knowledge of Stratford stuff when they get there.
That's
or
funny.
us.
And then Stratford knows y'all's offense because they were trained in it for a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, for the most part, most people kind of know what people are running. And it gets down to, are you able to stop it? Are you able to get there on Friday night, make the adjustments, make the right calls at the right times, all those things. So if those kids know some of our offense going into Stratford, I mean, it's going to be base anyway. Like by the time you get
that's true.
3 years down the road and you're on varsity, or 2 years down the road on varsity, you're not going to remember as much of it. Yeah. So
I can remember gaming it a little bit because there was a couple teams, I can't remember who they were that did that. It might have been it was probably the Katy schools that we played. And I'd look over the sidelines and they were calling in hand signals for their offense. It like freshman football. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are like, and there was like this, they would do this. And I was like, that's the reverse. That's the signal for the reverse. They're running the reverse. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And I think that's kind of the cool thing about this staff and the way it's made up is we've got quite a few baseball guys. And baseball's notorious for picking signs.
Right.
And so, I mean, there might be a couple coaches that are designated to say, see if we can pick up some signs and stuff. But I just know on Friday nights, it's tough, man. You got bands playing, crowds there. I may get the reverse sign And then I tell the DC, but then the DC's got to get it to 11 kids. Like, it's too much. And the way we try to play, hopefully we're snapping the ball by then. Yeah. You know, like we're not the old Katie, we're getting in a huddle, boom, break, get to the line. No, like that ball needs to be snapped and we should be moving.
Oh, so y'all run kind of a hurry up
offense?
Yeah. Oh, nice,
man. So we'll be no huddle, man. We're try to snap the ball as fast as we can. We'll have calls in there where we might slow tempo down a little bit. If we need a muddle huddle we're winning the game. It's 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah.
We got to take the air out of the football. We'll do some stuff like that. But no, like when we start, we're trying to go. And I think that'll help us in a sense of if we're not faster or anything like that than some of the teams that we play, well, it'll help us because if we go fast and we know what we're doing, that's going to make a DC have to be pretty much base and basic. Well, if we can get you in base, we might have that advantage then at that point. So, and that's just kind of the reason why that we kind of play the way that we play.
Wow. So is everything hand signals, calling in plays to the guys?
Yeah, everything's hand signs. And
do you have to change it up week to week, or?
We typically have a couple different signs for each play.
Yeah.
And then it's just making sure that hey, we've been using this one sign quite a bit today, so we need to switch it up. Like on this next drive, hey, and just letting the kids know, hey, this next drive we're going to our set 2 of signs.
And I guess it's not well. Okay, so everybody looks at you as the coach or the coaching staff. And
the skill guys. Now we've done it in the past where the offensive line looks too.
Yeah.
I felt like those got easier to pick signs because the O-line coach is signaling to them, and those guys are tired. Like they're looking over. Well, they might just do one hand sign and that gets them to the play. Well, that's easier to pick off than me if I'm doing 3 or 4 different signs, or the guy who's signaling does 3 or 4 different signs.
So how does the O-line figure out what to do?
The quarterback will tell them.
And not in a huddle though.
No. So the way we practice and how we scheme it up and work it and rep it is we'll do perfect plays on air at the start of every practice. And we're trying to snap this ball like as fast as humanly possible. And now sometimes we already have the balls preset, like hashes, middle, wherever it is, and like it's moving down the field. But boom, plays over, the center should be sprinting to where the ball should be set.
Wow.
And he's yelling ball, ball, ball. The whole line gets there and they just kind of can get in their little hog stance, kind of waiting for the call. And then signal should be in. We should be rolling. Wide receivers are getting set up.
And the call, say it's a run play. The quarterback would say run call.
So we'll give a 3 to 4 different words to say. One may be a dummy, one may be a snap count, one may be the play call.
Wow.
Then if we really feel like they're teeing off on us, we may have 2 dummy calls with other things. Damn. So we have different ways to do it, because if you just walked up there and said Skittles, at some point, if they're a good defense, like, hey, I keep hearing Skittles, it has an L in it, it's running to the left, or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
So, or they come off and because I kind of know we've played some people in the past, and we even had a head coach one year that was, hey, linebacker, what were the main calls that you heard that quarterback said to the line? And he would try to remember what those calls were. And so then we'd have a coach on the side write them down and what the play was, right?
Yeah.
And then so now get about to the second quarter, hey, we've heard Skittles 5 times and it was run left, this type of run. Hey, we have a pretty good idea. Now we tell that linebacker, hey, you hear Skittles? It's probably what's happening. And so now let's start playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of in-game tactics that you have.
Is everybody doing this now?
For the most part. I think a lot of people, I still see some teams where the O-line will look over also. And so now you have 5 or 6 different people signaling on the sideline. But that's where a lot of it comes to is a lot of people have multiple people signaling. And one person's live, 2 people may be dead. One person's doing formation, one's doing a play, one's a dummy signaler.
Wow.
So there's a bunch of moving parts that people do.
So the days when I played, the receiver would run in and go strong right, 28 sweep, on 2, and then the quarterback would repeat it. Nobody does that anymore.
Katie's about the only one I know that still does that.
Really?
Like true huddle. Yeah.
Wow.
Katie's pretty much the only one that I know. Now they just passed a rule that you basically can wear, I mean, it's a different type of, it's not an iWatch, but it is a watch. And essentially every player on the field can have it. And a coach calls formation, motion, play. A guy up in a press box is clicking that play. All the kids look at it, read the play, and then that's what they do.
No way.
Now, to me, that's a lot of steps.
Yeah.
Could it be easier? Maybe. But that's a lot of relay system to me that could get messed up.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that, but I know there are some schools that are doing that.
Wow.
So technology is really changing this game.
Wow. So do people still wear like the sleeve that have stuff written on it where they're...
So some people still use the QB wristbands.
Yeah.
I think some people think that helps them go faster.
Okay.
To me, learning a sign or two should do it because now you're asking kids, they're tired. It's 6 plays into the drive. Now I got to sit and read and now I got to read and comprehend rather than look in facial recognition or whatever it may be. And then it gets to the point too where like if we got quarterbacks that we trust, they're out there playing the game. Mm-hmm. Like I can see so much on the sideline. Our coaches can see so much on the sideline. Obviously they can relay from the press box, but I want to give our quarterbacks autonomy to check things if they need to.
Wow.
If they see it, right? So you got to have those hand signs to be able to talk to whoever you want to check or to what you want to check to, and making sure that those other 10 guys are all on the same page. So we'll never truly get away from the hand signs. I also, kind of like what we talked about before we got on airs, is I've been in that generation of no technology. So what do you do if that technology goes out or it messes up? And that's all you've relied on.
Yeah.
Now you got to huddle. And if you haven't huddled, now you got to go.
That's
instead of
your momentum and everything.
Yeah, and instead of maybe correcting things on the sideline, you're having to draw up how a huddle looks, or something crazy because you've relied on technology so much. So we're not quite to that technology piece yet. We'll still signal, still do that stuff, and once again, like I said, try to play as fast as we can.
So with you starting this new program with new coaches and new athletes, how much of I would assume you have to put more time into this educational piece than you will 5 or 10 years from now. Is a ton of your practice just like learning these plays, learning this offense versus going, full pads against each other type thing?
Yeah. So it's kind of funny because coming from Randall, where I was the last 4 or 5 years, to what the offense evolved from, because obviously I hadn't installed and truly started from base zero in like 4 or 5 years. So like we'd get to spring ball, just say last year at Randall, well, we didn't have to start all over because 90% of the kids already have 3 years into the system. Mm-hmm. So like now you're kind of you're building off on things. Whereas then you get here and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot how far this play even evolved and where it started from as I'm looking back on the install sheets. But no, I mean, it just comes from meetings. Pretty much every day we had practice, which was either 3 or 4 times a week. We had morning meetings. And then if we didn't practice and we were lifting that day, defense would be in the weight room, offense would be in meetings. And after about 30, 35 minutes, we'd rotate. So then defense would still get their meeting times, be able to watch practice, go over next day's installs, all that stuff. So making sure that everybody's on the same page. And then like I said, like in spring ball, we maybe got to 10% of what our offense really is. But like it started from while we were still in off season, we had almost 6 to 6:30 a.m. meetings every day with the coaches. And it was installing our offense, installing our defense. So, because the last thing you want to do is you get into a meeting as an assistant coach and we're talking about this play install and a kid asks a question and you don't have the answer to it, right? So it's making sure that those coaches were equipped first and understanding what this is, what this play call, here's some adjustments, here's questions that have been asked in the past. so you're ready for it in case it is. Because I learned pretty quickly at the last spot that yeah, I like things done a certain way, and if I have to run all the meetings, I can. But at some point, like, kids get tired of hearing the same voice all the time.
Yeah.
And at some point, you hire coaches to do a job.
Yeah.
And you want them to grow. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the best things that, once again, Coach Randall did for me was help me grow as a coach. Mm-hmm. And he gave me a lot of stuff on my plate to be able to help me to be able to sit in this chair that I'm in. So it's giving these coaches to equip them as well to run a room, to coach a position. Here's how you do it. Here's how it sounds. Here's how it looks to draw plays up. So you don't get up there and you're drawing boxes instead of circles, or this is how our wide receivers align. Like, all those little things, like, you're giving those coaches autonomy to be able to do that stuff. And it's not micromanaging them. It's allowing them to grow.
Yeah, that's cool. And so, kind of back to the technology, I just recently learned about the Huddle app, where you can kind of watch the plays from other teams. And then do the athletes have access to your offense, like on some sort of app or electronic thing over the summer, or how does that work?
Yeah, Huddle completely changed the game.
Yeah.
And the simple fact that the kids can watch it on their phone. As long as you have internet connection, you can get on Huddle from anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, we got kids that were out in Greece, like on vacation, still watching the cut-ups that we were sending them.
Oh, that's
right?
Cool.
Because, like, as long as you have internet connection, you can watch it. And so I think that's helped tremendously. So, yeah, it does a little bit of legwork for us as coaches, but I mean, a lot of the stuff was already done. So I just transferred it over from our Randall Huddle to my Memorial Huddle, like just the playbooks.
Nice.
And then just changed it from Randall to Memorial.
Yeah.
And so, like, all our formations, all our motions, all that stuff is in there now.
Wow.
And one of the things I tell the kids is, like, could I print all this stuff out and make a playbook for you? Yeah, I could. But we also found these kids will leave it
right
in the locker, or heck, on the ground most of the time.
Starbucks, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So it's like, no, here it is. And it also makes them have to get on to go do it.
And you
right?
can check who's getting on there.
We can check your screen time.
That's awesome.
So, like, if a kid all of a sudden, like, we check on a Wednesday and he has like 12 days, well, that means he has it running on just a loop, right? Like, a play's just going. So like, you can't fool us. Like, we have a decent idea of, like if your number's just absolutely crazy, like, no, like, you're trying to scheme the system. like we're born at night, but not last night, right? Like, right. So, but like, Huddle's completely helped out tremendously. So, I mean, because we've already started as coaches starting to break down our first 3 non-district opponents, right? So we have a game plan now. And then obviously when we get their film and see what they are next year, we can compare. So we're starting to do that legwork now. Well, our kids can go ahead and start looking at that stuff as well. So we're putting our notes and all that stuff. Well, hey, now as we start making our cut-ups, and boom, it's a click of a button and our kids have it as also. And so now they get an email. It lets them know exactly what's been shared to them, how to find it. And then now they can get on there on their free time and boom, click it and go through exactly what we're doing as coaches also.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh, it's awesome.
So what are y'all's expectations for your athletes around watching that stuff when not at practice? And are there any rules about how much time, because there's rules about how much time you can practice on the field, right?
Yeah.
Are there any rules around how much time people can watch film and all that kind of stuff? Or
with us still, yes, because like you have essentially 8 hours total in a week that we can be with them.
Okay.
Now, what they do on the outside is completely on them.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's no different than their schoolwork or whatever it is. Like, hey, you get out what you put into this thing.
Yeah.
If we look every week and you have 0 time watched and you go bust your assignments, there's probably a reason why.
Yeah.
Or, hey, you got 0 time watched and I'm not a starter because I'm busting or whatever. Well, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Typically your guy, like our quarterbacks, your starters, your guys that want to go play at the next level, they're going to put in extra work because it matters to them.
Yeah.
And you can see that, which is good. I mean, but it's the same thing for coaches as well. Like, we can see Like we can see what coaches are watching also.
Yeah.
So like as a coordinator, now as a head coach, like if I see you have 2 minutes of film time on the week, like what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like they're like, you should have a little bit more than that. And rather than it's just breaking down or whatever it is. But no, we get a way to manufacture the time to where we're watching it with them quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
And then a lot of the spring and even now into the summer, we do a little bit of training on like, here's how to watch film. Because so much, if you're 16, 15, 17-year-old kid, you're probably watching the ball. Like you're watching the ball, like you're watching the Cowboys on TV, right? Like you're not watching, hey, how's that left guard moving? Is that left tackle's foot back? If it's foot back, it's pass.
Yeah.
If his foot's up, it's run.
Yeah.
Like little things like that, tendencies. So teaching them how to watch. Like if I'm teaching a cornerback how to watch film, like, hey, how's that receiver's positioned? Hey, if he cuts a split two more yards inside the numbers, it's an out-breaking route. Mm-hmm. If he's on the outside of the numbers, he's probably going to do something that breaks in. Like how can we give you a little bit of detail that when you're watching on your own and making notes on your own, it can help you prepare on Friday night, because it's just going to help you also. And the big thing that I take as a coach, and I kind of heard it as a player when I went and played at the next level, was, hey man, like you're a little bit further along than some of these other kids. Well, it's because I had great high school coaches that taught me that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't want our kids that get afforded that opportunity to go play at the next level be behind.
Yeah.
Like they need to go in there and know what coverages are, know what defensive techniques are. If I'm on a defense side, I know what a center guard tackle is. I know what an inside zone. I know outside zone. I know all these different things, because one, that shows the coaches, one, that we know what we're doing. It helps those coaches want to recruit more of our kids. But then also I think it puts you a leg up in front of some other kids that, like if I'm a linebacker and they recruited 3 other linebackers, well, what's going to set me apart? Well, it might be my knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
Which really helped me as a quarterback playing at the next level was I may not have been the most athletic kid compared to the other 2 that they brought in, but what I knew of defenses, what I was able to learn of the offense and correlate, I'd learned faster. So I got put ahead of maybe those other couple guys purely because I was further along in my football knowledge. So we're trying to give them all those little pieces to be able to help themselves. And like we said, at the end of the day, it's also high school football. Like these kids got to go to 7 other classes every single day.
Yeah.
Like coaches, as much as we love to look at Twitter and see all these fancy plays and NFL and see these fancy plays, we can only do so much.
Yeah.
Because these kids are only going to learn so much also.
Yeah.
So like, hey, here's how to game the system. Here's how to,
like
they're only going to do a couple things. No, are they going to have different change-ups and curveballs week in, week out? Yeah, that's fine. But they're still going to get back to their root offense, to their root defense at some point. And when they do, here's what we taught you. Here's what you can go into the game knowing this is majority of what it's going to be. So,
dude, that's awesome. When you were talking, I was thinking I had some really good coaches, football and track in high school, and I did track for a little bit in college and then got into jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu was a brand new sport, but the good life lessons and good preparation that I'd learned from my good coaches, I was able to map that onto jiu-jitsu, a completely different sport, and do better than people that didn't have that experience as a kid. So I would assert that, this preparation that you're teaching these kids, whether they play football at the next level or whether they go to business school or whatever they do, they're, a leg up in life, with whatever they do after high school.
Yeah. I mean, hard work is hard work, right? Like it doesn't matter if it's you're preparing for a 16-week season or preparing for a job interview, preparing for a big business meeting.
Yeah.
Like you're going to have to learn how to work hard at some point in your life. Like and we tell them all the time, like, even if your dad's a CEO and all these things and gives you a job, you're still going to have to work hard because you're going to have to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
At some point. So we're trying to instill those life lessons, like you said, at all points. And whether it's hard work, competing, adversity, all the stuff, because at some point in your life, you're going to go through it, and you're going to go through those tough times. And what do I have to fall back on? And hopefully, if we're doing our job correctly, we're not just teaching them X's and O's. We're not just teaching them, hey, we're winning football games for Memorial High School or basketball or golf, whatever it is. But we're teaching them those life lessons of how to compete. Because like I said, like you go in a job interview, there's other people that are qualified also. Mm-hmm. What are you doing that's going to separate you from those guys? Mm-hmm. How are you going to compete against those people to get that job that you want? So
do you have kind of a core mantra or, kind of a top 2 or 3 things that are part of your core vision and mission with these kiddos?
Yeah. So, I mean, like this year, we're definitely branding it as like the standard. I put it on everything. Like the standard is the standard. Like if our bar is here, like that's the lowest that bar will go. Like we have to exceed that. And then now that bar goes up and then it's up. Like just doing the bare minimum isn't going to get it done, especially in Texas high school football.
Yeah.
In life, but definitely in what we're trying to achieve now. And so the standard is the standard, meaning like we got to do it, and we got to do it the right way. If our feet are supposed to be behind the line, your feet are behind the line. If it's picking up the trash in the locker room so it doesn't look bad, that's what we do. Mm-hmm. Because it goes back to I got so many coachisms now, but like how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah.
That's a Nick Saban thing or Kirby Smart. Like, if you don't want to make your bed every day, well, that's the first thing you're supposed to do, right? It gets your day going, all those things. Or, hey, if I'm going to half putt this thing, well, eventually that's going to creep into other aspects, right?
Yeah.
And so it's all those little things, because I truly believe those little things add up. And if you don't take care of the little things, the big things will start cracking and falling through the cracks. And that's one thing that you definitely don't want within a program.
Yeah, no doubt. That's awesome. And kind of back to the technology question, how many hours a week does your quarterback, your studs that are going to the next level, how much extra time are they putting in on those film sessions usually?
Like just by themselves? Yeah, just by themselves. I would say the ones that like truly love the sport and like are just completely all in. I mean, they'll have upwards of like 4, 5, 6 extra hours that like you could see like at the end of that
an
week.
hour a day type thing.
Yeah. Like it's going home, it's after dinner. Maybe instead of turning on Fortnite, like you put on some film. Like go watch.
Can they watch film of practice?
So we film every practice. You go back and watch.
So you could go watch your practice from the same day?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you could,
I would love that.
Like you watch a practice of that day, knock that out, and then, okay, hey, coach said we're doing third downs tomorrow. Let me go see what the defense is. Let me go watch a third down cut up that coach has already created. Okay, hey, we're doing red zone. We're doing red zone and third downs tomorrow. As a quarterback, I want to know what we're going to be seeing, right? So we're going to have a scout team look out there. Well, is the scout team going to be as good as what you're going to see on Friday? Probably not. But at least I know, okay, this is their base coverage. This is their base front, blitzes, all those things on third down. I can be ready for that. Or red zone or goal line, whatever the situation may be. Those kids can now go and, because we have cutups made for all of those. And so, hey, and like they'll know Tuesdays will be third downs. So like they'll know, hey, Monday night, I probably need to go watch third downs. And then, hey, Wednesday at practice, we're going to be working goal line, red zone, and then like probably our trick plays, right? Or something like that. So then they know Tuesday night, I'm going to watch practice. And then, hey, let me go watch the 25 and in.
You like a good trick play?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll have at least 2 or 3 ready at any point. If you watch any of our playoff games or even that, like, I mean, we got pretty creative at some times at Randall this past year. So, I mean, the double reverse flea flickers.
Oh yeah.
Putting guys in motion, shifting people. I mean, we did one this past year. Actually, ran it twice. Ran it once in the state game.
Really?
Bumped our tight end inside of our tackle. Bumped our tackle over to the other side to make them think it was our tight end that bumped over.
Yeah.
Bumped the running back out wide. they completely forgot that our tight end was on the end of the line because we made him look like a tackle.
Yeah.
So they all shifted over. One guy went out there and boom, he just streamed right down the field.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's just like little things like that like you're just trying to deceive a little bit, I guess. And plus the kids love it. And you let the kids name
dude.
it.
Oh, nice.
I typically sometimes let like the leaders of the offense get together and, hey, drop a trick play.
Nice.
If it makes sense, you can speak it in our language. You can get people on board with it. Great. Let's do it. Because at the end of the day, we can call plays. We can teach things. We're not the ones that got to go out there and do it.
Yeah.
And if you get them to buy in and own it. So, I mean, like the best thing ever was we ran a kind of a trick play, but a kid came up with it, thought it was going to be good. Heck, he came up with it on like a Tuesday. So that means he was doing extra work. We had already had a practice.
Mm-hmm.
He came and was like, hey, coach, I saw if we got in this formation, this is how they align. Maybe we could do something like this. And we're like, he might not be wrong.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's rep it. And if we get into it, we'll run a play out of that set first to see if that's how they align. If they align, we'll call it the next time.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, we're in a semifinal game. And we get into that set. They align like that. I hear the guy up in the box said, hey, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I kept that in my back pocket, right? So we call a couple more plays. And you kind of see that like they're kind of catching wind. And I hear the coach up talk, hey, call it. And so I do the signal. You should have seen the grin of our quarterback. Oh, he had the biggest grin ever on his face.
Couldn't keep a straight face.
Oh, no. I was like, hey, man, poker face. But no, and he just has this massive grin. And sure enough, when we put the guy in motion, he fakes it. Boom, guy's running right down the pipe. Touchdown.
Dang,
and it's just like, and then like obviously seeing all the kids now, because they called it Butterfinger. I don't even remember what they called it. But they owned it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that they loved and they bought into it. They knew one of their own made it. And so like it just kind of made that whole thing and that whole situation even more fun. So, and I mean, that's what we're trying to do as coaches also. It's a little bit of reverse psychology sometimes, right? Like you're trying to get them to buy in and make it their own some way, somehow. And when you get to week 9, 10, 11, like it gets tough to just go out there and just, hey, let's just go bang heads every day. Like you got to kind of get creative in how you do things and leaning on those kids really helps.
What is fun and humor and stuff like that a part of your strategy too, or is it just real hardcore, serious, or kind of?
No, I mean, you hear about it all the time. Like when guys say like they go get head jobs, like they try to change, or you hear about the guys that leave like Bill Belichick and like they try to go run the Bill Belichick system. Well, you're not Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And nowadays more than anything, like these kids can see right through fluff. They read it quicker than I think we ever did. Cause I think we were never taught to really ask questions. We were taught to say, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And that's just what it was.
Yeah.
Whereas these kids kind of want to know why.
Yeah.
Or they might kind of question something. So, I mean, my personality as a whole is a little goofy, a little bit charismatic. All those things will bring energy. So, I mean, that's what I tried to be. Like I wasn't all of a sudden try to change who I was just because of the seat. Now, there's stuff that you got to tailor back a little bit because you are the guy and you got to kind of do things the right way. Because it was funny, just a sidebar story, but like we're out at spring ball this past year, and running back just boom pipes it right down the crease for like 60 yards for a touchdown, and I start going nuts.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, wait. Our defense is now seeing their head coach go nuts for a long run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, I'm not the offense coordinator anymore. Like I can't do because all of a sudden if a 60-yard touchdown goes, that means we broke down somewhere on defense. I got to go fix what happened on defense. So it's just like those little things where it's like before as offense coordinator, like you're going nuts, you're celebrating with your kids, you're doing which you can still celebrate. I'm not saying you can't, but it was just a little bit different.
Yeah. Now you got to go, good job. And
whoa. Yeah. You got to feel that. No, but it's just one of those things you take things from each coach that you learn from.
Yeah.
And what they did good, what they did that you might want to tweak, and you kind of build it into your own wording, your own terminology. Hey, I was an assistant coach. I didn't really like when our head coach did this. Okay, note that. Okay. Hey, I really like when our head coach did this. Note that. So now when you are in this chair, you have a decent idea of what it was like. And because you always want to be a head coach that if I was an assistant, what I like to be, what I like to work for, all those things. So it's kind of that aspect of it. But then also like then going with the players, like I am younger. Like there's something to it, right? Like I think I was hired for a reason, and that's my ability to relate with some of these kids a little bit more than maybe some of the older coaches that may have been in on the job, right?
Yeah.
And there's something to that. So like they're gonna see me rapping some songs out at practice or whatever it is, singing, jumping up and down, like I said, going and celebrating, like because that's just who I am, right? And we have to answer emails all day. We gotta go teach class. Well, when we're finally out at football, like that's fun. And like being around those kids is fun. And so like that's where I think it might be a little bit different to where like I'm not so much just hard nosed all the time. Like there's a time for that. Like they gotta know you can't be too jokingly to where like, hey, I gotta get on you and they don't respect it, right?
Right.
So there's gotta be that fine line that you I don't want to say walk, but they got to understand, hey, when it's business time, it is business time.
Yeah.
And then, hey, when there's time to like, we can kind of just kick it and it's a little more relaxed and absolutely. But there's always got to be that fine line of respect as well. So, and that's something that like you kind of teach them. But I mean, the kids at Memorial, they all have that. So it hasn't been a problem.
How pumped were you to get this gig?
Oh, I mean, elated.
Yeah.
So like I said, like, I mean, grew up right down the road and played baseball my whole life growing up. Was around the same time as Casey Clemens and stuff. So like we played some tournament ball together. So I got to know him. It was around the Boomer White and Wayne Taylor years, like when we were in the same district. And we always knew that they were tough, man. And that's kind of all I knew about it. But I knew there was something special. And then when my wife and I were just dating and then got engaged, she was actually living over in City Center. And we got plugged in at First Baptist Church. And we just loved the community. We loved the area, all those things. And then obviously we both worked out in Lamar, and that drive out there or coming back on the Beltway every day, brutal. So we ended up moving out closer to Sugarland area once we got married. And so we stayed out there for a couple of years. But we always talked about, man, how awesome would it be if we could get back to around that place? Because it was awesome. Yeah. And then obviously, as the season is about to get ramped up in August, you hear that this is going to be Coach Koch's last year. So you know a massive job's going to come open at the end of the year. Well, you can't focus on that right now because you got to be where your feet are, right? Yeah. And man, what a lucky year, because we went 16-0, won a state championship, all those things. Well, you do that and you're so fired up. Well, that goes all the way into Christmas break. Yeah. If you play for a state championship. Well, then a job gets posted like towards the end of Christmas break. Well, you know that job's going to get posted. Well, you don't have school, you don't have grading, all that stuff. So I start getting into my interview prep, start meeting with ADs, start meeting with principals, like all the stuff to do interview process stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, boom, it's posted. Yeah. And you're just like, man, that's a big time job. I don't know. I don't have head coaching experience, all these things. Now you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. 100%. So I'm like, I throw my name in the hat, thinking there's a chance, like you won a state championship. There's a chance you were a coordinator. Yeah. Grew up kind of in the area. Yeah. And then, man, I got that email from Coach Hershey saying I made it to the first round of interviews. And I was just like, oh man, here we go. Like we got to go. Like interview prep times 100 now. Yeah, you're watching the film. Yeah. Like I'm very, very lucky that my mom's very high up in Katy ISD. Oh, cool. And she got some people around me that were able to pepper me with questions. Oh, nice. Principals, other head coaches, all these things. We videoed it. All these, like, here's how you can question this out. Here's how you can do this. That's awesome. And man, it was awesome. I got all those people more than anything else. Cause like, this isn't just a job, right? Like this is an unreal job in Houston. Yeah. 6A, great district, like all the things, and a great community supporting you, backing you.
Yeah.
So no, this was a dream. Like this was a dream job, and it's huge. And man, it's been a whirlwind, but it's been awesome. It's been an awesome ride so far. Yeah. And they've been so great to my family. Been great to my wife. We got a 1-year-old. He's starting to come to a lot more things, and man, like the community has rallied around them as well, and just making us feel so welcomed. And so,
wow.
So I mean, I can't say enough great things about this community.
Yeah, man. I grew up here, still live here. Kids go to school here, and dude, yeah, it's great, man. I absolutely love it. Cool. Let's take a quick little break. Come right back.
Absolutely.
How would?
All right, cool. We are on.
All right, we were just talking more technology. You were talking about how you can filter all the plays and how the world has continued to change there.
Yeah, I mean it's just nuts what we can do now, football wise, and like we were talking about. I mean, up in the press box now, all coaches have tablets, and like the system that we just bought is called Answers, and it's all linked to our wide, tight, and end zone camera. And I say the formation, the play, motion, whatever it is, a coach is up there typing it in, and that gets linked to that play. And as soon as that play is done and the stop button gets hit, it all gets linked together. So we're in the third quarter. We're kind of sputtering on offense. I can go to a coach up in the box on our headset and say, hey, filter all our plays that have gained 8+ yards. And they can have all that information at the click of a button. And then they can do it by formation, by play, pass, run, trick, whatever it was. And so, okay, hey, why are we not calling those plays again? Like, it obviously gained yards. Why are we not doing it? And then that's the offensive way. Now, where I think a lot of this stuff really helps is for defense, right? Because before, just say an offense had a big run, everybody was immediately looking at the Jumbotron like, what was that? Or a defense coach on the field would be like, hey, what was it? Well, you'd have to hope that the guy up in the box said it was the right run scheme. Well, we've all been in games where a coach up top might be saying it's this, it's this, it's this. And so now as a DC or defensive staff, you're trying to like fix it. Well, then all of a sudden you do see the Jumbotron, or you do see something. That coach was wrong. So now we're trying to fix something that they're not even doing.
Yeah.
Well, now, okay, all of a sudden a big run pops off. We get to that end of that drive. That coach can be like, hey, they gained 22 on that play. What was that play and who messed up? So now it's kind of almost, hey, our linebacker's not playing well. Like, he is not fitting A-gap runs well. Well, we can get on that kid truly right here, right now, rather than waiting till Saturday morning.
Right. When
we're grading the film and stuff. Like, it's kind of almost end game right now, figuring that stuff out. And so it's huge. Now, a lot of other states have already had that, and they've already moved to where you're able to do it on the field also. So like they have these big old TVs on the sideline, and the kids all sit in front of it, and like they kind of, I hope we don't necessarily go that far.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of taken the high school sense of it out. Like, we're almost making it too much pro-ish.
Yeah.
Because they all have the tablets on the sideline and stuff like that. Like, I think there's something to the puzzle of it, of us figuring it out.
Versus Moneyball, where it's just based on the stats.
Absolutely. And then it's just, now us as coaches are doing everything right here, right now in front of the kids, rather than like, hey, we got to talk things out. We got to work through this thing. And I think that's going to be, I'm sure down the road, like the microphone's going to be in a quarterback's helmet. Yeah. Well, who's going to be up in the press box, neutral guy that's going to start and stop it like they do in the NFL? Probably not at high school, right? Especially if you're at a 3A stadium. Like maybe at 6. So you're going to have a coach just talking to the quarterback the whole play. Like, the whole time. Yeah, like hey, all of a sudden, hey, check this play. They're weak here. Yeah. And it's like, Now we're playing the game,
you gotta,
not the kids.
You got to let the kids play.
Let the kids play. And I think that's what makes high school football fun. Now, with it up being in a press box, you still got to relay things. You still got to be able to speak the same language, which I think there's something to that. And I like that. So it's definitely helped. But it's definitely a thing that everybody's trying to figure out. And like we're trying to all understand it. We're all trying to, because it's so new to all of us. We've all just been pen and paper, or you had number 2 pencils. Like I remember when I was the guy up in the box charting or doing whatever, I had 12 number 2 pencils just in case one broke. Like I didn't trust mechanical pencils. Pens, if you mess up, you're not going to all of a sudden start scribbling it out.
Yeah.
Because you got to give this to your coordinator or head coach. So like you got to erase it real quick and everything's in pencil and you're drawing everything. Whereas now you got a tablet in front of you with all of it. So
man, it's incredible to learn how much goes on behind the scenes with the coaching staff. And you were just saying there's no need for scouts anymore, right? I mean, you don't go scout a game. Back in the day, coaches would have to go and watch another team and go, this is what they run.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can like there's still, I think, something to it. Cause like you watch it on film and like you get the other team's, roster. It's like, is this kid really 6'4", 270? Or is this kid 6'2", 255? You know what I'm saying? Because we all want to make our kids sound good, right?
Yeah.
And we all want to have the big kids.
Yeah.
So I think there's still something to it, but it's more so for that than it is like, here's what scheme they're doing. Here's what they're doing. Here's this, here's that. Because back then, even up until I think I was a junior, maybe when Huddle was around, or people started truly figuring out what Huddle was, like you were trading DVDs or you were trading
VHS.
old school reel tape, right?
Yeah.
And like you're having to splice it together or you're having to burn it onto a disc. And then you had a coach that would have to go drive to Kingwood to go trade with a coach from Huntsville or whatever it was, right? Whereas we have rules in place that by Tuesday, you have to send all of your game film through Huddle to your next opponent. And then now once you play that next game, you just send that once that game's over. And it's all digitally. It's at the next school with a click of a button, right? So with it already broken down, like the down distances, the gain losses, like you just send all that information already. So like you get to Saturday game prep, a lot of that stuff's already done. Now you're just inputting your stuff to be able to make your own cut-ups rather than, hey, I got to wait for this coach to get back. Like at 2 a.m. after our game, after we downloaded, get all our games together, go trade them. Like, no, we already have it in our Huddle library.
So how important is it to have a nerd on the coaching staff? They can just look at all these stats and just like nerd out on all this stuff.
So we would typically go to like a math teacher or something like that I would kind of get tendencies. Now, the crazy thing about it is Huddle, some of these other AI systems and stuff that's coming out nowadays, like kind of do it for you. Like you can so like once you put all the data that you want to break down into like the game, just say, you can click 3 or 4 buttons and it'll show you how many times they run the ball versus they pass the ball, how many times they run the ball, pass the ball, like on 2nd and 11 plus, on 3rd and short. Like, so now as an offensive coach, you got to do it on yourself because you know the defensive coaches from the other team are looking at that.
Yeah.
So now I got a guy in my ear saying, hey, it's 2nd and 5, just say, well, hey, when we ran our self-scout, coach, you're 80% pass, 20% run. Well, I may have a guy in my ear say, hey, run the ball. Yeah. So we can start messing with those. Because what's that DC calling? He's calling it pass defense.
Sure.
Because he has his sheets.
He knows that you're going
right there, like, hey, 2nd and medium, he's 80% pass. Or he's 80% run to set up for an easier 3rd down. So there's all those little games within the game, but it all comes with, are you able to use the technology? Are you able to use it for what it is and what it can be? And yeah, like you said, like there's some coaches on staff that yes, you have other jobs, but like, hey, between us, like this is your this is what I really need from you.
Yeah.
Like nobody else has to know, but like between us, like I need these things done on my desk.
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Like when we get in, because like I need to know where I need to fix my scripts.
Yeah.
Because I mean that is something, and it's hey, I don't like to be on the field for too long, because if you start getting into 7, 8, 9, 10 play drives, somebody's going to mess something up or they're tired, right? Like I need somebody in my ear. Hey, we're on play 5. Hey, we need to take a shot. We need to go throw something towards the end zone.
Really?
Hey, we're on play 7. Like now we definitely need to go through. At some point, we're going to get a holding call. It's going to put us back, something. So like we need to start taking some shots.
So the longer the drive, the more mishaps.
You're putting yourself at risk.
No kidding.
Right now, we all like long drives.
Yeah.
But you're asking 17-year-old kids to
keep it together.
Keep
for
it
10
together
plays in a
and
row.
be in shape, do all the things, think when you're tired, all that stuff that you preach.
Yeah.
But like more things could go wrong.
Wow.
And then you got to think about it too. Like I love our referees. I
Sure.
love what they do, but they're also insurance salesmen.
Yeah.
6 other days of the week, right?
Yeah.
So like this is their one night. Well, all of a sudden, like they kind of see holding, kind of don't see holding. Well, they might throw it, right? Or PI or whatever it is. Like I don't want to leave it in their hands. So like, hey, let's start taking some shots. Let's start trying to get this ball in the end zone a little bit quicker. But yeah, all those little things. But technology is, man, it's growing fast.
Dude, that's nuts. I can see where someone your age that was alive, you know, like I'm a time capsule. I played high school football. I went to Texas Tech and watched Mike Leach, his offense there. That was fun. That was exciting. Even when we lost, it was like 55-64. You know, it was like an exciting game. And then I basically watched zero football from the early 2000s for the last 20 years, basically. Like no high school, no college, no pro. I mean, occasionally Super Bowl, that sort of thing, but have just been totally out of it since then. And to hear you talk about all this technology, I mean, you almost have to be your age to really take advantage of everything that you can, right?
Either be my age or hire somebody that
hire somebody your age.
Hire somebody that can get you that information. But I mean, it all kind of goes back to, I mean, I'm a football junkie.
Yeah.
Like, I just love it, man. And my first job once I got done playing was a graduate assistant at McNeese State University. And I mean, you are below the bottom totem pole of coaches when you're a GA, right? Like you're doing all of the little jobs. You're doing all it. And it's not like I was at like in Alabama where there's like 20 of us, right? Like it was me and a couple other guys that had to do all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you had to learn to embrace it. And like, was it super long hours? Yeah. Like we're sleeping at the office most nights and doing all that stuff. But man, I just fell in love with it. And so like learning these new technology systems, all this stuff, like I'm the one that's diving into it because I want to learn it and I want to be able to speak on it and do it and teach other coaches. And so, or if we do have younger coaches, like I'm able to speak that same language, not just have to ask other people to do everything, you know? So I think that's part of it as well.
So coming up for this season, the team already knows who's on the team. They already know what positions they're playing. They already have a basic understanding of the playbook. And then will you continue to educate them week in and week out all the way throughout the season?
Yeah. So, I mean, like they don't technically know like what teams they're on yet.
Oh, no, like JV or varsity?
Yeah. Like the seniors obviously know they're on varsity.
Okay. Got it.
But like, I mean, I told them from day one that I got in here, like every day is an evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you here in the summer?
Mm-hmm.
Were you working hard in the off season? Were you showing up to practice? Were you giving it all when you're at practice? How do you talk to the trainer?
Mm-hmm.
How do you show up to treatment? Do you do all these things? Like every day was an evaluation. And I said that there's jobs out there to go take. Like go take somebody, you can ask any of them. I started almost practice every day with, hey, there's like, go take somebody's job today.
Yeah.
Like if you want that first team rep, what are you doing to go get that first team rep?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's going to be handed to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, are there 11 guys that got to go out there with the first team? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that they're all first team guys. And especially when we started our first spring ball, like at the first couple of weeks, because I mean, we got a lot of good football players that are dang good baseball players too. Mm. And then also our lacrosse team went to state. And so like, I mean, as they're making that run, I don't want to get involved with that. Like, so I'm like, hey, if y'all are about to go play, like, come out to practice, watch, learn, all that stuff. You might not go because I don't want you to get hurt to go play in a state championship.
Yeah.
So like, but come out here and learn. Well, same thing with the baseball guys. Like, so like, you guys that have been out here the whole time, what are you doing to not allow those guys to come take your spot?
So it's still
it's still
open.
Things are up for grabs.
Up for grabs.
Things are up for grabs. No, I mean, you got a couple of your guys that are 2-year, 3-year returning starters.
Yeah.
All district guys. Like, they have a lot of it sewed up, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still a lot of competition at places that I mean, competition breeds excellence.
Yeah.
I mean, all those coachisms of diamonds are forged in fire, right?
Right.
Like iron sharpens iron, all those things, and I truly believe that.
Yeah.
And I mean, football is one of the last things that's like a true meritocracy of you get what you deserve.
Yeah.
Like if you think you get what you put in that work and are able to portray, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, like if you go out there and you bust your butt and you're the best guy, you're gonna play. Mm-hmm. If you go out there and bust your butt and you get beat out, sorry. Like, I mean, that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that, I mean, yeah, all those jobs are open. We're going into, like, when we get into fall, like, I mean, there's going to be competitions at a lot of positions.
Yeah.
And I'm super fired up to see it. And I mean, it's a daily thing. Like, it's not like, and then there's times like coaches, like I said, there's some that reverse psychology that you play. Like, hey, there might be that 3-year starter or a guy who's been with the ones, like, hey, bump them to the 2s and see what happens. See how they react.
Right.
See if they're intrinsically or extrinsically motivated.
Yeah.
Like, they just want the outside stuff, or are they like, oh, okay, I see what y'all are doing. Now I'm gonna go absolutely disrupt practice because you have me on the 2s and y'all aren't gonna be able to gain a yard.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we want to see. And it's trying to play that game of, because like we talked about at the beginning, I mean, you're trying to mold kids.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you're going to get passed over for that job or that bonus when you feel like you should have gotten it, right? And so, like, how do you react? Do you put your head down and go to work? Do you quit? Do you cry? Like, whatever it is, right? Like, at some point, you're going to have to put your belt on and get back to work and stuff. So, I mean, that's kind of the stuff that you're trying to help install or instill into these kids.
That's awesome. And then as far as the educational piece, they'll continue to learn. Like, what percentage of the offense would you say they'll learn this first year?
The varsity guys will have pretty much all of it.
Okay.
I mean, there still might be some things that
like you didn't get fully implemented.
Yeah, and it's just like anything. Like you'll like this. Then now that I remember that you went to Tech and Mike Leach. So when people ask me what the offensive philosophy is, it's a lot of it I learned when I was at GA at McNeese State. Now I take things that I was everywhere, played, high school, college, all those things, but I really dove into this offense when I was at GA, and his name's Landon Hofer. He was OC at McNeese State. Well, he played under Mike Leach at Texas Tech, went and was Lincoln Riley's right-hand man, who's now at USC, who coached under Mike Leach at Texas Tech at East Carolina, then was with Dana Holgerson in West Virginia, who was obviously a Mike Leach guy.
Nice.
And so it's a lot of air raid type principles.
Awesome. That's fun.
But I also know, and RIP, rest his soul, they never won a national championship, right? Why? Because those games are 66 to 55.
They didn't have defense, right?
And there's no defense, right? You're not protecting them. Like, you're up 40 points and still having to throw the football.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you better be able to put a tight end on the ball and run it.
Right.
And especially in late November, like when it's cold, it's rainy.
Yeah.
You're not just going to be able to get in 5 wide and throw it around the yard, right? So it's a lot of that air raid principles with my Katie roots of we got to be able to run a football to win.
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, you look at all the championship teams in football, there's 2 things that will never change. Play great defense and be able to run a football.
What does play great defense mean?
Bend but don't break.
Play great defense.
Play great defense.
I got you.
Yeah. Play great defense. Like, I mean, you're tough in the run. Don't give up much yards. passing game, yeah, you might give up something here and there, but it's that bend don't break.
Yeah.
And if we can hold them to 3, hold them to 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, if we can hold them to 0, let's hold them to 0. But it's limiting them as much as we can, or make them like how I said as an OC. I don't like to call 7, 8, 9, 10 plays. Make that OC call 8, 10, 12 play drives.
Wow.
Because that makes it tough.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what it is, and all of that.
What's the defensive strategy?
So we're based out of a 3-3-5. So that's 3 D linemen, 3 linebackers, and then 5 DBs out on the field.
Wow.
So with all this spread world that we're in, with all these guys trying to get 5 receivers out in a combo,
everybody's doing this
spreading
spread,
everything out.
Offense.
You almost kind of got a match, and that's getting more of your skill guys out there than you do your big guys. Now,
hey, that's a good thing because Memorial doesn't typically have a ton of big guys.
Yeah. So I mean, our D line, I mean, they're trying to funnel everything out to the outside linebackers, to those extra free hitting safeties, all that stuff. So it's one of those that it's predicated on bend don't break. A lot of people aren't running this style of defense around the Houston area. I went and got a guy that I've known for a long time. Haven't worked with him, but kind of just obviously known him as a friend, but like seeing what he's done throughout his time. And he was at Pearland High School for a little while, won a state championship at George Ranch. And then the last 3 or 4 years, he's been out in Bryan. And family was wanting to come back to the Houston area. I wanted him bad. And man, luckily he chose Memorial High School and come with me and bring this defense with him.
Nice.
And man, I think it's going to be a problem. And so I think that's huge. And I think it helps, like you said, if we don't have the biggest people in the world.
Yeah.
Like it gets
our
our guys and it gets our athletes, it gets our better football players on the field, which is obviously what we need.
Dude, that's awesome. What advice do you have for parents, like with the parents that are involved with their kids? What type of relationship do you have with the parents? How do you communicate with the parents? How do you recommend parents communicate with you? How do you recommend, kids being their own advocate for their own playing time? Like what's your kind of philosophy in that world?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like anything. We're in this world for relationships, and we're relationship building people first. Mm-hmm. And I'm a huge advocate on teaching a kid to come and advocate for himself first. Mm-hmm. Now, our parents going to do that, yeah, because we love our kids, right? And we don't want to see our kids struggling or not doing what we want them to do or achieve. Mm-hmm. But I'm always open to meet with parents.
Sure.
And it's understanding like, hey, one, they're just advocating for their baby. Yeah. Like it's listening, making sure that I'm understanding where they're coming from. Mm-hmm. And majority of it, I mean, we all know, like from what's truly happening to being perceived to being relayed to parents.
Sure.
There's usually that game of telephone.
Yeah.
Is getting misconstrued a little bit. And I mean, sometimes it's, hey, letting that parent know, hey, sneak out to practice. Watch your son. Mm-hmm. I know he's probably going home telling you that he's making all the plays, doing all the stuff. Coaches aren't doing it. Really, he's on the sideline messing around, goofing off, right? And or I mean, then there's times where like, hey, it's just we're trying to work them in. We're trying to do these things.
We got 3 other people ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of those things, and usually if you have that good relationship that you built first, parents will understand and like they get it because. I mean, I don't think there's too many out there that are like just completely naive to the fact that what their kid is capable of, like that they're not like over here thinking a kid's on the JVB or something, maybe, right? And then like they're supposed to be getting a scholarship to Alabama.
Yeah.
Like I think they just want to make sure, one, that we have the best interest of the kid at heart, mm-hmm. which I know I do. And I'm trying to hire guys that have that as well, right? We're clearly not in the education business for the money. So like we're here to grow kids. We're here to help build future leaders. And so it's having our parent meetings, having recruiting parent meetings, having all these different things and avenues to let these parents
What's a parent meeting like?
So it's having them, whether it's in auditorium, the gym, wherever it is, and it's having them. It's going over our rules, our expectations.
These are for like the freshman parents, or for all of them?
We're doing all of
okay.
them. Because
and the kids aren't there,
even
just
if you've
parents.
been in the system 3 years and it's going to your senior year, like we said multiple times, the world is evolving always, right? Yeah. And so there might be a few new standards that we're incorporating this year that maybe, so it's easier to just get everybody on the same page, right? So it's having and I want the kids there. I want both parents there, or whoever the guardian is, to be there so they can, because the biggest thing and what we even try to fight nowadays is parents, you got to help us out some too. Like there's only so much we can do. Like we need you to, when they're tired and sore, like get them out of bed and get them up there, especially in August and stuff when it's hot. And we got to practice in the mornings at say 6 a.m. Like a normal teenager's going to want to sleep and sleep. Like, yes, we want them to wake themselves up. We want them to be self-starters.
Yes.
We all remember us at 16 years old.
Yeah.
Like there's times Tuesday, Wednesday, we're probably doing it. Monday, tough. So it's, hey, help us. Like get them up. Stress the importance of it. Because if they just hear it from us all the time, we got to be hitting them from all angles.
Yeah.
And it's just getting them on board and just making them understand that. And I put it out today we have I guess it's like a social network, I guess you want to say, but it's called Sports U app. And it's a way to, it's a way to be able to send mass communication out other than email.
I had a call with those guys the other day.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome deal. And pretty much all high schools are somewhat using it. So we have a deal with like all our football kids are in, whether they're JV varsity or freshmen, in these sports U's. And it's a way for coaches to be able to mass get information out.
Yeah.
If something changes on the fly, or if like today, we had a ranking poll come out. And right now the guy at Dave Campbell's says we're not going to make playoffs.
Yeah.
That we're going to be the 5th team, not the 4th team.
Yeah.
So, I put that out there. I made a little graphic, put it out there like, did you get better today? Did you help us make a playoff? Did you help us be a playoff team today? Yeah. If not, what are we doing? Like if you're in bed right now and all these guys are working out, well, we didn't become a playoff team because we weren't all there.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the parents, it's getting to the kids, it's getting all that stuff out there. So it's like, hey, you had the information.
What are the summer expectations for kids?
Yeah. So, it's going to take some time to get it to where we truly want it. But if we're in Memorial Zone, if we wake up in Houston area, you need to be at SAT camp in the morning. What
is SAT camp?
So it's our strength conditioning. So it's an hour of weights, hour of some form of running or agilities, and then nowadays we can do sport specific training.
You can.
So we can.
Is it an hour max? You can't go past an hour, or that's just how y'all do it?
You can't go past an hour on the sport specific.
Okay.
Like the other stuff, you can tweak time here and there, but like you're typically not. We'll get everything done for sure within those 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then you get that hour of true like, hey, we're doing football stuff. Like we're running our offense, we're running our defense, we're doing all that stuff. Well, if you're not there,
you're getting left behind.
You're getting left behind.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to take some time. It's going to be one of those things that's going to be hitting our fall parent meeting of, hey, when we get to this time next year,
if you want to play, you better be there.
Well, we have a bunch of people that, and it's the beauty of money and stuff. Like you're able to go on trips,
go to Italy for 2 weeks.
Stuff. Yeah. And I'm not saying don't go on trips. I'm not saying don't take family vacations, but hey, maybe we can limit the family vacations to like the first week after school because everybody's off.
Yeah.
This next week for July 4th, everybody's off.
Right.
July 20th, that whole week, we're all off because coaches are going to coaching school.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's times where we can maybe set these
that's
big
good.
family vacations.
Yeah.
So then all the other days.
Wait, are you telling me people can't go on vacation if they want to get better at something, that they have to put in extra work? And is that a real thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of what I put at the bottom of the message today was to get things you've never done, you have to do, or to get things you've never had, you have to do things you've never done.
Yeah.
And part of that is not doing that.
A little bit of sacrifice.
And I can remember, and I try to talk to the kids all the time about it, of if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's important to you, like, hey, mom, dad, like all my buddies are going to be here. Like, I need to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, I mean, not to sound cliche and stuff, but like I lost friends in high school and junior high. Like, I lost time maybe going to the beach and stuff. Well,
yeah.
Sports were important to me. They were important to my sister. They were
I never got to go
family.
on spring break because it was during track season.
Yeah, I mean, that's how my sister was.
Right.
She played softball. Like there was something going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, Thanksgiving. Up until a couple of years ago,
you guys were playing.
We were playing or practicing over Thanksgiving. Like I'm gonna have to talk about that in our fall parent meeting. Like, do not schedule anything over Thanksgiving. I am projecting us to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if we don't, then it may have to be a last second trip to wherever. But like right now, do not plan anything for Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
And it's trying to start to set that expectation.
Yeah.
In a sense of, and you talk to those guys at Westlake and Highland Park and who kind of have that same demographic that we have. Like, it took some time, but like, I mean, just like anything, winning cures all, but those expectations started to get in place. Yeah. And processes were in place. And like they said, like, hey, Rome's not built in a day. Rome's not built in a day. And it's tough because you're living in the now. Mm-hmm. And you go there and you have 200 kids in your program and only 52 are out there. Yeah. 60, 70. Mm-hmm. Like, decent numbers, you can go do some things.
That's for SAC camp? There's 50 or 60?
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, now we work the phones as coaches. Well,
and SAC camp's open to freshmen through seniors?
So our first session, we have all our returning athletes. So going to be sophomores all the way to going to be seniors.
Got it.
And then we have a second session with all junior high.
Got it.
So rising seventh graders to incoming freshmen.
Oh, that's cool.
And so we keep our rising seventh and eighth graders together, and our ninth graders are separate.
Dude, what a cool opportunity to be in seventh or eighth grade to come train with the high school gang.
Absolutely. Well, and the kind of way we do it is like, okay, you sixth graders that are going to be seventh graders, y'all are about to start sports. Yeah. Like team sports. Yeah. So let's start getting in the weight room. Let's start building that body. Let's start understanding
that's great.
What it's like.
And they know them, and you know that. Everybody knows each other by the time.
And then you're keeping those ninth graders separate because, hey, you need to learn what the high school realm's about. Like, I mean, I jumped some butt the other day because they're moving around kind of lackadaisical and like, guys, this isn't junior high football anymore. Yeah. Or this isn't junior high sports. Like, I don't care what sports you play. Yeah. Like, this isn't just fun, fair, positive. Like, jobs are on the line. Like, things are at stake. Like, like we're moving around with a sense of purpose and understanding and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just getting these kids here, man. And right now it's, hey, if I woke up in Houston area, I'm there. It's 2.5 hours a day.
What time does it start?
8 a.m. So, I mean, we're not even starting at 6 a.m. like I really want to, you know, like I'm trying to play the game with them a little bit. It's that old,
let them sleep in.
It's that old give a little, take a little, right?
Yeah.
But I think once we start setting expectations and like these parents really see the benefit of it, and like they see that, hey, like grinding with because there's something to like, going to personal trainers and doing things, but there's something to grinding with your teammates. And
that's a fair point, because some of these kids are getting some sports specific training, maybe just not at the high school at our buddies at Fairchild's down the street or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And and it's not to diminish anything like that. Like if you want to go put in work, go put in work. Yeah. But like
do the team stuff too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's something to sweating together, bleeding together, crying together, pushing through adversity
getting
together.
To know each other. Yeah.
Like I mean, there's something to it. So when you're playing on a Friday night, like you lifting by yourself or you lifting with the kid from the Heights or wherever it was, like
it's more fun.
That's not who you're forging a fire with. Like you're forging a fire with the guys who you were working out with all off season, all Some are like, I think that's where it's a little bit different than other places. And the fact that like, yeah, a lot of these guys do go see somebody else maybe and trying to get that understanding of, hey, like team first mentality, obviously. Well, part of that team first mentality is grinding with each other, working with each other. And I think now, like I said, I think it's all gonna start working itself out. But one of the biggest hires I was able to make and that I got our principal, who's unbelievable, on board with was hiring a full-time strength coach.
Cool.
Like we hired a full-time, he is working with all athletics.
Oh, cool.
So he'll work with our girls basketball, golf, tennis. If they want to utilize him, he is theirs. He is not just a football anything.
Are there multiple weight rooms at the high school?
Yeah.
So you got the field house
we have
and one over by the track?
We have a big field house one, and then there's one attached to like the basketball gyms.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit smaller, but it's I guess somewhat big enough.
And so
for
he'll
like,
bounce back and forth between the two? Yeah.
So, I mean, it was huge. And like a lot of the Dallas area schools have already been doing this for like the last 4 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Houston's a little bit slower.
And he tailors it to the sport.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Does everything to the sport, for the kids, all of it. So he's been able to run our strength conditioning camp like in the weight room every single day. He's in there coaching the girls, the 7th and 8th graders, the 9th graders, our varsity kids, JV, like he's coaching all of them and like starting to implement his processes and stuff. It's just gonna, like I said, take time for the parents to understand. And I get it. Like if I was a parent and like some wide receiver coach was teaching my kid power cleans or front squat and like do they really know the proper technique, the reps and sets, like the front loading, back loading?
Yeah, get my kid injured. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd rather go to one of these side trainers who this is what they're certified in.
Sure.
No, like we have a full-time strength coach that's certified in all that stuff now. And he is ready. So it goes back to the private school, public school thing. Like, okay, I'm not going to go to the private school because Memorial academics are the same or their classroom's the same. Well, I don't have to go to a private trainer because we have a full-time guy who I can go talk to about what protein I need to eat, what workouts I need to be doing to build
too in there.
My biceps, to build my back, whatever it is.
Get a little faster,
Absolutely. So
that is awesome.
I mean, like I said, man, we're trying to change some of the systems, trying to change the culture, all
even
that
the
stuff.
swag a little, huh?
Man, trying. So I mean, that was one of the big things. And I had some of the head coaches kind of look at me funny in our head coaches meeting because I was like, guys, like I'm a Nike guy, and I understand that we can be Adidas, Under Armour, all that stuff. If we don't want to be Nike, I'll get over it. But what we need to be is our varsities all need to look alike.
Yeah.
Because right now, it's funny, I had a couple of the coaches stand up. Like I had Nike on. I think a coach had Adidas. Some coach had Under Armour on. And I was like, look, and I asked him, I go, what do you notice? And somebody was like different logos. I was like, okay, obviously. Like what else? Somebody goes, there's 3 different shades of red. Absolutely.
Wow.
Like call me whatever.
It's the details, man.
But it's little thing, right? And like I understand, like we got to pass uniforms down, so like it's gonna take time, all of that. But like when I see people, and we put out all these great graphics every game day, like there's something to the Memorial red. There's something. All our Mustangs are gonna now look alike. They're gonna have the same tail, the same mane, all that stuff. So people are gonna know, hey, that's a Memorial Mustang. That's the Memorial red. So now, luckily, a lot of them were already Nike, so that brought me great happiness.
Right.
Now, football, we're gonna have to change some things after this year, but that's in the process, right? And like I said, like it doesn't have to be done right now. But
does the Booster Club play a role in that?
Yeah, they
fundraising for some of those changes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Booster Club's been huge.
Yeah,
and been able to.
I've
help.
always heard that it's pretty solid.
Yeah, been able to help tremendously, and they're on board with it all too. Because I think because you kind of get through the Booster Club kind of the feel of the community as well. Because they're obviously within the community, also with kids at the school participating.
Yeah.
Well, when you kind of start bringing some stuff up, like they're like, yes, like that would be awesome. So now that helps them when they're ordering fan gear or whatever, like, okay, hey, we're all using varsity red or whatever this red shade is.
Yeah.
We're all using this Mustang. So now it doesn't matter what it is now moving forward. If it's Memorial fan gear or Memorial athletics, it's going to be the same Mustang on the shirt. It's going to be the same red. It's going to be the same white. It's going to be all of that stuff. And then, like I said, some people might not care.
No, it
weird.
matters. The details matter.
I'm weird in that sense, and it matters to me. And so, luckily, it'll be Nike. But like I was willing, if we got to go Adidas, we'll go Adidas. Like I'm here for y'all too. Like this is open. Like this isn't just a dictatorship here. Like,
let's talk about it.
And we have a lot of great head coaches with a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Who have been here, who've been head coaches for a long time, as well as at Memorial for a long time.
Yeah.
So I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Yeah.
Because y'all know the system. Y'all know Spring Branch ISD. Y'all know all this stuff a lot better than me. Plus, I just want us all. Like I just want it to look right, man. And that was a big thing for me.
Well, that's a great change. But to continue that thread, rolling in as a young athletic director with some of these coaches that have been around a long time, what's that relationship like? And then sort of what's your strategy as the AD to help those other coaches and empower those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just more so, just like anything, building that relationship and letting them know that, like, hey, I got y'all's back. Like, I'm here for y'all. Yeah. Now, I'm not naive in the fact that's probably what they're thinking. That like, hey, we got a young guy. What does he know? Like, blah, blah. Like, I've been here for a while. What's he going to do?
Sure.
I think a lot of people were cautiously optimistic. Like, hey, there's going to be change. But hey, I've also been with one guy for 12, 15, 8.
Sure.
Because one guy was here for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
Right. So like, what's this guy going to change? What's this guy's going to do? Like, but I think now, like when they've come to me with questions and I've had answers or I've been able to, because I'm the first one to let them know, hey, I might not know all the answers. Yeah. But I will find out for you. I will figure it out. I will do whatever I got to do to help. And I think they see that and like they think that, hey, this guy also does know a little bit more than probably we gave him credit for. Yeah. But I mean that goes back to preparation and being ready for the
same
job.
Thing you're telling the kids, have a good attitude, have a good work ethic.
Absolutely. And like I think homework. Now they know, like truly, like I'm a text, I'm a phone call away. Like if they need anything, I'm gonna pick up the phone. Doesn't matter time, day, whatever it is. Like I'm here for them.
What's the time allocation like as far as like time spent on football versus overall athletics? Is it how many hours a week are you engaged in the other sports?
Yeah, I mean, because now I'm not in the classroom, I get to do and go to maybe some more practices and stuff. Because
last year
like
you were teaching?
Yes, I was teaching.
Oh, what'd you teach?
So I am only special ed certified, so I was in special ed for a long part of my career, and then as I got to be a coordinator, they kind of try to help you out with your caseload. So I went to credit recovery.
Which is for kids that
maybe failed a class.
Okay, got it.
And then they come to my class and they try to regain that credit online. So I was able to sit in front of my computer,
help those kids and watch plays.
No, I just helped those kids. I never watched any film or anything like that. I was strictly helping the kids regain their credit.
That's funny.
But now I'm able to go help and facilitate. Now, it goes back to all those sayings that you heard, like when you're an assistant coach, a coordinator, like as you get up to that head chair, you do a little bit less coaching and it's a little bit more management and a little bit more like administrative type role.
Because I guess you have to hire and fire people with that role too, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in a sense, and it's making sure you got strong people out of football that, hey, if I get pulled because a cheer parent's upset or a girls basketball parent's upset.
Oh, so you're dealing with parents of other sports too as the athletic director. I didn't realize that.
So like you got to have strong guys that, hey, I may not be here for this. Like I need y'all to make sure things are flowing the way they need to flow. So I can go handle whatever is. Now, the good thing about Spring Branch ISD is we have two assistant campus athletic directors.
Oh, cool.
That essentially are right under me, but help out tremendously. And like they can go sit in some of those meetings and help out wherever's needed also because
are they full-time coaches as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep. So
cool.
one of them will be our defense coordinator, and then the other one's one of our assistant volleyball coaches.
Nice.
So we have a male and a female. So, and it's also another one of those ways that like, hey, maybe I'm in a meeting or doing something like that. Like they can, now those other coaches can call one of them and get maybe an answer a little bit quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned very quickly, man, that email never stops. I feel like I can check all my emails and all of a sudden there's 80 more. And then I just there's a meeting here, a meeting there, a meeting there. But one of the good things about it too, though, like I said, is like I can go sit in on practices. I can go watch. Like I love sports.
Yeah.
I absolutely love sport. Like may not be the best basketball player, but like I want to go to basketball. Like, and then it's cool to be able to meet those kids maybe at practice or in the hallway or whatever it is, and then go watch them play.
Yeah.
Like, so then I'm a admin on duty or something like that, or a basketball game. Yeah. But like, I still get to watch. I still get to see them interact, see them compete, all those things. And so, that's what makes it fun. And then, like I said, Dad coached softball for 30 plus years. And,
oh, cool.
And one of the coolest things that happened was I get hired mid-February, whenever it was. Well, our head softball coach goes on maternity leave. And so our assistant coach, who's an assistant football coach, becomes essentially the interim head coach. Well, he's by himself.
Oh, wow.
So what do I get to do? I get to go coach some softball.
You coach some softball?
Oh man, I was fired up. You know, like
that's
got
awesome.
got me to get away from my office, get away from some emails for a couple hours for practice. Got to coaching some games. Man, it was so then they go to like the third round of playoffs, and like I'm at all those games now because one, I got to develop I developed a relationship with those girls faster than I did with the boys because I was truly out of practice. I was
they're
at
more
those
talkative
games.
anyway.
And
dude, so sidebar, the Bunker Hill Elementary Dads Club. My kids go to Bunker Hill, which is a feeder into Memorial Middle. I don't know how it worked, but my friend Adam Steller set up an event for us to have a home run derby at the softball fields. It was the coolest, like, school event I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Okay, they had music cranking, all these dads out there in their 40s about to pull a hamstring, trying to hit these home runs. They had the pitching machine. It raised some money for the dads club, hot dogs and nachos, kids running around cheering for their dads. I mean, it was just the coolest. Yeah. It was literally the coolest school event I've ever been to. And
they have like a really neat setup over there at softball. Like it's really cool field, and like the netting and stuff. Like it's
professional.
Oh yeah. No, it absolutely is. And I think that's why they have so much success there at softball. But no, I did hear about that event. I think I was out of town because I wanted to go see it.
It was great, and stuff, man.
But like I heard it was.
Hopefully we get to do it again.
I'm sure. Like it's one of those things that if people had fun, I think it's going to be here to stay.
I was like, hey, y'all make sure you pick up the trash around here because we don't want we don't want to get canceled,
Yeah, absolutely.
So awesome. Okay, so back to the overall coaching the coaches, right? That's something we do a lot here. We're constantly giving our coaches the ammo they need. You have a couple of big coaches meetings a year that you just sort of cast vision in, and what's that process like?
Yeah, so we'll typically try, and it was a whirlwind this spring, so things were trying to get pieced together. Like I was trying to figure out what I was doing. I felt like I was just paddling underwater and just trying to keep my head above it.
Just introducing yourself,
yeah,
I'm sure,
absolutely.
Get connected.
But like as we get moving forward, like we'll have an all coaches meeting at least probably once a month.
Oh wow.
And that's every coach on our building.
Wow.
And that's just checking in. What do y'all need? Here's some big picture items that we need to make sure we're taking care of. We're doing this. Hey, assistant coaches, make sure you're helping your head coaches. Your head coaches are doing a lot of things. Take stuff off their plates. Oh, this kind of a check-in with them, right? Mm-hmm. And then we kind of did it this past spring, but every other week or so we have a head coaches meeting. And so now I can kind of get the pulse of what do my head coaches need? Now, can they call me? Can they text me? Like for individual things, yeah, but it's also one of those things that unless you're in the profession, like I don't think a lot of people understand like what we truly go through.
Yeah.
And really, I'd say those head coaches and assistant coaches, like they say, like you're around other people's kids sometimes more than you're around your own, or wives or husbands, because it's a calling.
Oh, you're there early.
Like it's truly a calling. You're there early, you're there late.
You're driving the bus.
Driving buses, you're grading papers for them, like you're doing your lesson planning.
Yeah.
So some
job.
of it's also like amongst ourselves, like how can we help each other?
How are you doing?
How exactly?
Yeah.
It's almost like one of our coaches called it an AA meeting, but for coaches, right?
Right.
Like, and it's venting, it's getting stuff off. Like, and then it's, hey, what's going on in your program that I can help? Or it's, hey, like I'm going through a leadership academy.
Yeah.
With my football program.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some of the topics that I'm going over. Here's my PowerPoints. I'll drop it in here for you guys. Here's what we're going over this. Like, okay, well, that might not help boys basketball, but there might be a slide in there that does.
Yeah.
And then I want to hear what golf's going over.
Yeah.
I want to hear what tennis is going over. Because like I said, I mean, we all come from these different backgrounds. And
so many great programs, like you were saying.
So many great programs. And if you're a true coach, you want to learn. You want to, like, you're always growing. Yeah, you're always growing and you're always learning.
Oh, that's interesting. So because you've got so much talent as far as coaches there at Memorial, so you're getting related, you're letting everybody vent, let them ping pong off each other. How can I help? And then putting out some fires when you need to.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we have weekly, what we call campus athletic director meetings where like us four head football coaches go over to athletics and our AD meets with us. And like, she gives us points that like, hey, we got to make sure that we're taken care of, we're doing correctly. Well, I put those in the ones that pertain to us. So and I go meet with our head coaches about that stuff.
The four coaches, you mean Stratford, Memorial, Northbrook, Springwoods?
Yeah.
Y'all meet every week with the head athletic director? Mm-hmm. No way, man.
Yeah.
So y'all get to be pretty good buds too from all those meetings.
No, we're all, and man, like, those are some good guys too. And like, I mean, they've definitely taken me under their wing.
That's cool.
And helped me. And because it's one of those things that like, you never really want to call your boss like with question, right? So I might call Coach Rankin first and see if Coach Rankin has the answers. And it's funny because now we call Coach Rankin the eldest statesman of the group. And the way we sit at the table, I guess Koch was the closest one to Coach Hershey. Well, now that he's retired, we bumped Rankin down. And so every time Rankin walks in there, because Coach Stafford and Coach Roars, like, they just wrapped up their first year in Spring Branch.
Okay.
And so like Coach Rankin will walk in, we'll all stand up, salute him, make sure that he knows he's the oldest in the room now.
That's funny.
But no, they've been awesome. So we get to bounce ideas off each other as well. And
I'd never considered that you guys, even though y'all are playing against each other, y'all are there as friends, peers, helping each other out.
Yeah, and a lot of it is like, I mean, the coaching community is small. I mean, are there a lot of schools? Yes. Like, we all somewhat kind of know each other. Mm-hmm. But there's not a whole lot, I feel like, just like hatred for people, you know? Like yeah, we're competing, we're rivals, all those things. But I think we do a good job of, okay, that's in the 48 minutes we're on the field.
Yeah.
Like before the game, like we can talk, we can joke, we can do all those things. After the game, yeah, are we bitter? Are we sore? We lost maybe? Were we excited? We won? Yeah, but like, hey, we're gonna move on. We're gonna be okay. And like our friendship still is a thing. And if I can do anything to help them, I hope they call. I know the same for me. Like I do call them, so I hope they're okay with that. But no, it's good, and they're a great group of guys.
Man, you're a busy guy.
Oh man,
and with a 1-year-old.
And with the 1-year-old, man, I can't say enough about my wife.
Yeah,
and I know it's tough, and I know it's long days for her, I'm sure too. But
is she teaching now, or is she at home with
she was in education for a long time.
Yeah.
She was very, very big in the special ed department. Mm-hmm. So she was actually prior to my son was running the early childhood special education department in Lamar. So like she was doing professional developments, helping teachers for the whole district of essentially pre-K, kindergarten, special education, and loved it. Like was in a bunch of like the life skills classrooms before that. So like your Down syndrome, severely autistic kids.
Have you heard of the telepathy tapes, by the way?
I have. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
It's nuts.
I tell everybody, if you don't shout out, if anybody doesn't know what the telepathy tapes are, watch a couple of them on YouTube.
Absolutely. It's very interesting stuff. And she was very, very good at that. And that's like one of her biggest passions. And then we had him. She got done with FMLA, and man, like just that mom heart in her. Like, I mean, and one of the main reasons why I married her was like, I know she has that motherly heart. She was going to be an awesome mom.
Yeah.
And something was tugging at her that she was missing time with him.
Cool.
And the Lord provided a remote job, and she was able to do that. And it's early mornings for her, but her busy hours are done by the time he wakes up and stuff. So it is tough on her. I know it is, but like, I know she's getting to do and spend the time that she definitely wants with him. And I know she takes on a lot to help me be able to pursue my passion and what my calling is. And that way, like, hey, on the weekends, if I let her sleep in a little bit longer and I get up and early and do baby duty and all that stuff. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm here for. And it's my time and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, she kind of we both got kind of thrown into the fire.
Baptized by fire.
Yeah. We knew it was, when you take on that head coaching role, it's a lot more hours. It's a lot more responsibilities. But like, okay, Monday we were at a junior high track meet for 7th grade. Okay, junior high. Tuesday I was at basketball. Wednesday was 8th grade district meet or track meet. Thursday was softball. Friday was girls basketball. Like, so, I mean, there was something like, some nights it was not seeing him when he woke up and not seeing him when he went to bed, you know, but like just keeping her and all that stuff and keeping the home life what it needed to be. I mean, I can't say enough about the job she's done to allow me to be able to pursue this. Cause I'm sure it's not easy. And being coaches' wives, I'm sure there's a bunch of videos, a bunch of podcasts about coaches' wives, pro athletes' wives that they got to go through a lot too. And that's a lot of things that people don't talk about. Yeah. That like, you got to have that rock at home, and it's tough for them because they're having to do a lot of that. Then, hey, all of a sudden you do lose a Friday night. Yeah. Like now you come home kind of upset, bitter, and like
they're dealing with you.
Yeah, they're dealing with the grumpy old man.
Dad's been gone, now he's home grumpy. Hey, I'd rather you just be gone, man.
So no, man, it's been awesome, and she's been great.
Well, dude, what an exciting time in your life. You know, new family, kick-ass job, a community that is 100% in, supports you. You're pouring everything you've gathered from generations. I didn't realize you're in the family business with coaching. So you got all this generational knowledge that you're plugging into this community. I'm super stoked for you and everything that's coming down the pipe, man.
Oh man, it's been a whirlwind, but man, it's been heaven sent, honestly, and couldn't have asked for a better first job. Couldn't ask for a better first community, coaches, colleagues, really top of the food chain of one of the best principals I've ever been around. And Miss Weir's been amazing. And whatever I needed, whatever she could help with, all of that. And she does one of probably the best coaches, principals I've ever been around too, with helping with schedules and making sure that she's taking care of everybody. And it's just been a very, very good first experience here. And I just know I could see why Coach Koch was here 30 plus years.
Yeah, right.
Like, I mean, like, because you're going to have great kids. Yeah. You got great administration. You got great community. Yeah. Like, I mean, this is a place that, and you're right here down I-10. So like, I mean, you're in a great spot. It's convenient, and it's been awesome.
Well, thanks for making the time to be in here with us today. Hopefully you'll come back and give us some updates on maybe after this next season and how this first year goes for you. But like I said, we're stoked you're here, and I know the community's behind you. So
absolutely, I appreciate
the stars are aligned and the sky's the limit, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm super excited to get the season rolling, get these kids out here, man, and let them see the fruits of their labor. I mean, it's been hard for them, and we've been grinding them. So, but it's to, like I said, to get things you never had, you got to do things you never done, and I truly believe that. Definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Mm-hmm. You got to change, and you got to be able to adapt to the times. And man, they've bought in, they're grinding, and I'm excited to see them go out and perform on Fridays.
Amen, brother.
Absolutely appreciate you.
All right, that's a wrap, everybody. Thank you.